I didn't. I didn't have the recording on. Sorry if anybody's listening on the recording. But we're about to start the Mishnah now. You didn't miss that much, but you missed a little bit of the final shtickle before the Mishnah. But if it's 10 tefachim high, then it's not. When you take the imaginary top, you're not touching to the 10. Now the 153 is, again, if you had in that case of 153. The reason why you need chokin lahashim is you don't have 10. But if you had 10, like in 151, if you had 10, if you're able to do what Yoey said you want to do, and you had thickness across, there's no touching between the korah and it's good. There's no machlokes.
153, if you're chokin lahashim, then you do have the trespass of touching.
Yeah, which is that's why you needed a baye. Because if you do chokin lahashim, then you're right. Then there is touching. But we're talking about a case where where Rabbanan don't buy into chokin lahashim, and yet they still legitimize. They still legitimize the Pesach when you have 10 tefachim smooth. Okay, so where's the connection between the cross beam and the wall? And that's the raya. That's exactly why you needed a bayit to establish that. When you do chokin lahashim, it's no proof that you don't have to be touched because you are touching by chokin lahashim. They view the carving out as touching because you have actual brick and wall to connect. But if you're not using chokin lahashim, then that's where you're using the cross beam, which is removed from the 10 tefachim, and that gets you the raya against Rav Sheshes. Okay, so let's continue. Let's do the Mishnah now. Hech shemavi. So now a little bit of a easing of the Gemara here. Hech shemavoi. What is the method by which you make a person allowed to carry the mavoi? Bishamai oimrim lechi v'korah. So Bishamai takes a stringent opinion. You need a lechi and a korah. Beis Hillel oimrim o lechi o korah. Beis Hillel says no, one or the other, which is what we're familiar with. Rabbi Elazar oimer l'chaim. Rabbi Elazar says you need 2 lechis. Okay, so he seems to. Let's see. Is he saying it as on his own? Or is he saying that's the opinion of Beis Shammai or Beis Hillel? So let's see. He says Rabbi Elazar says you need 2 lechis. Mishum Bishmuel Amar. In the name of Rabbi Shmuel, Amar Talmud Echad, a student said, in the name of Rabbi Shmuel, if they're Rabbi Kiva, in front of Rabbi Kiva, if the mavi is narrower than 4 amos, shuniter oblecha b'korah. In that situation, everyone agrees to this lechi or korah business, like Beis Hillel says. When it's narrower than 4 amos, there's no machlokes. Amen nechelku. When do they argue? Al rochav me'arba amos. When it's 4 amos wide up until 10. Where Beis Shammai says what we thought he said originally, that it's a lechi and a korah, and Beis Hillel say a lechi or a korah. So basically, it's the same as the Tanakama, except that there is, according to the Tanakama, they're arguing across the board, and according to Rabbi Yishmael, by the name of the Talmud, name of Rabbi Yishmael, they only argue when it's more than 4 amos wide. Rabbi Kiva says, I'm sorry, my dear Talmud, the machlokes goes across the board. It does not limit itself to only a mavi more than 4 amos wide. It covers all mavis. The machlokes between Beis Hillel and Shammai. Let's do the Rashi. Okay, the width of its opening. We're not talking about the depth now. We're talking about the width of the opening. If it's 4 amos, then there's a machlokes. If it's less than 4 amos, there's no machlokes, and Rabbi Kiva disagreed. Okay, so let's get it right into this. Come on. Who is this going like? What kind of mavi are we dealing with over here? Now we're at this point, we're assuming that it's an open mavi from both sides. Command Chananya Tanakama. This does not agree with neither Chananya or the Tanakama. Remember we had the machlokes about how do you close up an open mavi from both sides? Do you need doorways? Do you need Tzuras HaPesach on one side and Korlech on the other side? But no one seemed to feel that all you need is lechi or a korah. Look at Rashi. Command Loka Chananya. The Kosaka Daite. Right now we're thinking Dachi Komar that this is what the Mish is communicating to us. Hech Shemavim foolish. How do you legitimize a split mavi opening that goes all the way through, as you're looking at over there? Okay, you looked at. Okay, I don't know, it keeps going off real fast. Okay. Yes, actually, foolish. So right now we're thinking that what we're talking about is a completely open mavi all the way through, like the alleyway between Olympic and Wilshire. So that it opens up to two different shusarabims. So that we had a number of different opinions, but none of them said Alechi or Korah. Remember, we had two doorways. Okay, Chanya Beishami Oimrim Oisa Delos Bikan Delos Bikan. So 56 tells you Beishamai's opinion. Okay, 55 Osa Tzurza Pesach Mikan V'Lechi Mikan. You make a Tzurza Pesach on one side, Alechi on the other side. But those were the opinions we had back there earlier in the Masechta. But nobody seemed to feel that just a straight up Lechi or a Korah was good enough. You definitely needed something more. So what's going on here to all of a sudden now introduce us to this idea that you need a lot less than what we thought? To which the Gemara comes back and says, I'm Rav Yehuda, back to the Gemara. I'm Rav Yehuda Hachikama. Now let me explain to you what this Mishnah is saying. Hachikama. Hechsher Mavi Sasum Ketzat. How do you deal with a Hechsher Mavi that's closed? We're not dealing anymore with an open Mavi. We left that a long time ago. We're talking about a closed Mavi, where it's a U, and we're just closing up the fourth part of the rectangle where the U is open. How do you close up the U? Beishamai lechi v'korah. Beishamai says with both a lechi and a korah. Wow. Beisil oimrim o lechi o korah. Beisil says or a lechi or a korah. So that is the machlokes. So now everything is good because this has no bearing on the issue before of Chananya and the Chacham back earlier. Okay, or Beisil and Beishamai. Okay, Beishamai Om Lechi V'Kora. Okay, so on this issue, right, of how you close up a closed mavli where it's only open on one side, not on two sides. So what does Beishamai say? You need a Lechi or Kora. So can we extrapolate from Beishamai and Beisil's position what they hold about the needs of a mavi as it relates to whether it's a rishus hayachid or not? What are the rules about how many walls make up a rishus yachid? How many walls of an enclosure? Let's see. Lememra, can we surmise from this machlokes the kasaver beishamai arba mechitzas deraisa? Okay, that you need 4 mechitzos deraisa. Can I surmise that from Beis Shammai? Why? Because he needs the fact that he needs a lechi and a korah. That means he needs to fix up that fourth side pretty seriously. Can I therefore figure out that Beis Shammai feels you need 4 mechitzas to carry the raisa? Dal mechitzas. Look at Rashi. Dal mechitzas the raisa. Halacha Moshe Misinai he b'mechitzos. It's halacha Moshe Misinai when it comes to the area of enclosures and walls. The batzmi dal mechitzas lever shus yachid. The less than 4, you might not need 4 complete walls, but you need at least 3 and a fourth something significant. So can I surmise that that's Beis Shammai's position when it comes to the issue of mechitzos, that less than 4 will not get you to the where you need to go over Rishus Yachid? That's why I need a lechi and a korah to have a mechitza ma'isa in order for it to be a legitimate wall to close up all 4 sides. Can I surmise that? Is that a legitimate diuk to make? Okay, because why else does he need something so significant on that 4th wall? So back to the Gemara. That was the Gemara's question. Can I infer that from Beis Shammai? He says, lo. And the Gemara's answer is you cannot infer it from Beis Shammai. Lizrok mishalosh mechayiv. If you threw something into that movi that's surrounded by 3 walls on a deraisical level, you threw from Wilshire into a movi that's only open from one side, you would get nailed deraisa. Because midaraisa Beis Shammai could agree all you need is 3 walls. The taltel, but when you talk about the leniency of carrying within that area, within that U, atik arba, that's where it's a rabbinic requirement to require 4. And that rabbinic requirement does require a lechi and a korah, according to Beis Shammai. But don't start getting in, fancy that you need 4 walls midaraisa. That's not true. To be chayiv midaraisa to nail you on the chumer dika end, you'd be nailed even on a 3-wall situation. What about Beis Hillel? Beis Hillel omrim o lechi o korah. So Beis Hillel, on the other hand, says all you need is a lechi or a korah. So lema can I infer from his leniency? Because Sarah Beis Hillel shalosh mechitzas deraisa, that all you need is 3 mechitzas for the rice. And this, the reason why I'm so shvach on the 4th wall by allowing either a lechi or a korah, is because I'm already done with 3 midaraisa, and but 2 for sure would not work. So can I infer that according to Beis Hillel, 3 mechitzas make mechayev you deraisa? Mara says lo. Even that, you can't make an inference. Lizrok mishtaimun mechayev. I can argue that when it comes to nailing you, even 2 walls, believe it or not, if you had a mavim of foolish, okay, it's possible if you had a mavim of foolish and you throw something from Wilshire into the open alleyway from both sides, you'd be chayev right then and there, skila, for what you did. Okay? But it's open from 2 sides. You know what? It could be that Beis Hillel agrees that 2 sides is enough to mechayiv midaraisa. However, l'taltel ad de'ika shalosh. But to do tiltal, you need 3. Okay, you need 3 rabbinically is why it's required. And the third wall needs to be totally legit as a full wall, and it's the 4th wall that we're happy with just a lechi or a korah. But if you basically, bottom line is you want to infer what they hold me the rice on walls, you cannot infer. That's really what the Gemara is saying. What the minimum share of Rishus Yachid is not clear from this particular machlokas. Let's see Rashi. Lizrok. Lizrok mishus harabim letocho, to throw from mishus harabim into it misholshun mechayev. Okay, I can tell you this is still on the Beis Shammai. I tell you even from three you'd be chayev. The shalosh mechitzas deraisa shav rishus yachid. Because I tell you 3 is enough to make it into rishus yachid. You don't need 4. Avotalta betocho goes rabban adika arba. But on 4 you need on the issue of carrying within it to be lenient. That's what you need 4. And the next step of the Gemara, there's no Rashi on that step of the Gemara, but the next step of the Gemara is in Beis Hillel. It could even be Beis Hillel is so machmir that he would be mechayev you even on 2. Okay, so why do you need the lechi of the korah? Because in order to carry within that opening, even though midaraisa said already is rishus yachid, the Rabbanan came along and said you need a full 3rd wall and a little bit of a something on the 4th wall. That's what you need to carry at the end of the day. But really, it could be that 2 would be enough to nail you. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Shkoyach.